Good morning. I have a couple items back here that I'm going to seal this morning, but before I do that, I wanted to go ahead and get this coated on this cup. I have 2 cups I want to coat, and then one thing to glitter, and then I was going to seal some of those items that you see on the back tray. So, good morning. Thanks for stopping in. Good morning. Like I said, I'm just going to coat, I have 2 cups to coat this white paint on, and then I have one item I want to glitter, and then I'm going to seal those items on this back tray. I'm going to put the UV resin on them today. So I was like, why not go live? Good morning. Bright and early. It's 8:30 my time. I don't know where everyone else is at, but thanks for popping in. There's already over 100 of you. I'm so excited. Thank you. Yeah, so like I said, I hate to keep repeating myself, but there's a bunch of you that just jumped in. I'm going to go ahead and I have 2 cups to paint white real quick. They're really quick. It only takes like a minute or two. And then I have something that I want to glitter. It's an Incline File Sorter. And then I will start sealing, like showing you guys how I seal those office supplies that are in the background there. Thank you for the likes, sir. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, we're already at over 350. You guys are awesome. This early in the morning. I was not expecting it yet again. I got on a little earlier this time because I got everyone to school. My oldest son isn't feeling too well, so he had to stay home today, so he's sleeping, but... All right, so that one's done. I'm going to set it aside, and I have one more to paint. It's 7:27 where you are. Awesome. Yeah, bright and early. It's like, I'm such a morning person, so this is my favorite time to glitter. So, okay, wow, 400. So for those just popping in, this is the last cup that I'm going to paint white. I just need these to dry because I'm going to be working with them later. Not on this live. But anyways, I have a file sorter, 828. Hey, same for me, Savannah. But I have a file sorter I'm going to glitter after I get this painted. And then we'll seal. Does my older son go fishing? You know, not often, but he does like to. He does like to. He's 13. Joshua at 7:28, yeah. So you're an hour earlier. You all are wonderful for popping on this early. Let me get this coated real quick and I'll get the glitter out. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Thank you for popping in. Oh gosh, thank you for the likes already. You guys are so awesome. That makes my day. We're already at over 1,000 likes. Foxy, it's good night for you. Have you been up this whole time? 400 likes, Lily. Oh my gosh, you are amazing. Thank you. Hey, good morning, everyone. Morning, morning. I'll put the boring white paint away in just a minute. I'm almost done with this one, and then I'll get the glitter out. Thank you for the rose. Good morning. We're over 2,000 likes. Oh my gosh, thank you. We haven't even started the fun part yet. You guys are awesome. Good morning, Cheyenne. Thanks for the follow. I see a couple of you followed. Thank you. Okay, so I think I got... Oh, wait, look. I almost forgot the bottom because I was busy looking at the comments. Oh my gosh, thank you for the follows, y'all. Ah, you guys are wonderful. We're at 3,000 likes. I haven't even got the glitter out yet. This cup, I didn't sand it. I haven't ever had a problem with it. I've been making cups since 2020, but this is they changed it. It's called like the Tipsy Magnolia brand. They used to be the Steel Magnolia. Oh gosh, thank you for all the follows. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry. That's the boring part. I was like, let me go ahead and paint these cups while people are popping on. That way I can get that out of the way and they'll be dry for me later. Yes, I'm getting the glitter out now. So let me go ahead and close this up. I have one thing that I'm gonna do. It's your first time here, Jocelyn. Thank you for showing up first thing in the morning. Thank you for the likes and follows. Oh my gosh, we're at 5,000 likes. Thank you so much. Hey, Amanda. I'm kind of new here too. This is only my 4th live. So if I seem nervous, it's because I am. I was saying in my last live, I was like, oh my gosh, I could probably go live 100 times and I'll still be nervous. Good morning, Nikki. Okay, so, oh, thank you. Thank you. So this is a file sorter. I had an order for it, so I'm going to quickly glitter that. But I thought today I would spend most of my time, excuse me. Oh, good morning. Thanks if you're new for stopping in. 6,000 likes. Oh my gosh, thank you. But this stuff back here, this all has been glittered. The rose, Jordan, thank you so much for the roses. This stuff back here has been glittered, and I'm going to use my UV resin today to show you guys how I do. Oh my gosh, Jordan, thank you. Oh, you guys are wonderful. Thanks for the follows and the sharing. I appreciate that. That's awesome. But before I start sealing, I'm going to go ahead and glitter this. So we're just using purple today. I feel like purple's a really popular color. I get a lot of orders for purple. Thank you so much for the shares. Look at all of you. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I appreciate that. 7,000 likes. This is amazing. It's only 8:30 in the morning. I always get so nervous coming on thinking I'll be by myself. So I appreciate you all. Thank you. Oh, do I see a hi, Bear? Hi, thank you. Let me get, okay, so I'm going to use, in case this is, I have a couple newbies here, but this is just Mod Podge that I put into a little container, so it's easier to use. Oh, like For You page, awesome. Okay, so I buy my Mod Podge. Look how big this is. I don't know if I can get it to fit, but this is what I'm going to be using to put the glitter on. Thank you so much for the follows, and I really appreciate you all joining me this morning. And we are at 9,000 likes already. That's like amazing. So this, because it's so big, I pour it in these little like to-go sauce containers, just so it's a little bit easier. So let me put my jug of Mod Podge away. And I'm actually going to use the same brush that I was painting with. Have I tried making my own Mod Podge? Ooh, no. Wait, I feel like I've heard of something like that. Do you use like flour or something? Is it like flour, water? Oh, Melinda, I'm sure it's cheaper. Do you have a recipe? Glue and white paint. Oh, like regular, like Elmer's glue? Thank you for the follows. Oh, okay. I'll have to try that. And it stick like, yeah, I guess it would. Yeah. White paint in there. So this, I'm just spreading on evenly right now. I'll have to try that, Melinda. That's like really, really interesting. I'll save my jug and then maybe once it's out, I'll mix it in there. Thank you for the follows. Oh my gosh. I looked up. We're at 12,000 likes. We're rocking it. Yes, Mod Podge dries clear. So yeah, exactly. So I would probably keep that, like if I was going to like seal, if I needed it to seal and it was going to be a top layer, I would definitely stick with the Mod Podge. This right here has some white in it, but because I'm putting the glitter on top, you're not really going to see it. So I didn't want to waste, and I don't feel like going and washing my brush right now, so. And if there's any spots I miss, I just go back and kind of like spot check. Thank you for sharing the live. I so appreciate it. Okay, so let me pour this on. This glitter right here, for those of you who are new, where did I get this one? Hobby Lobby. I bought a bunch. I buy it in bulk over there, and then I put all the glitter that I buy in bulk in these tubs because it's just easier for me to work with. This is kind of like large, so I'm trying to back up so you can see it a little better while I glitter it. Thank you for sharing. So I'm going to dump this on there. I feel like my camera angle, oh well. We'll just do it real fast and then you'll see. But I like to use the spoon. My last live, I had a couple people ask why I don't just dip my stuff into the glitter. And that's because when the Mod Podge is wet, it like moves the glitter around. So then the glitter isn't like laying on there as even. Thank you. Oh my gosh, yeah, purple. I love it. This color is, yeah, really pretty, Kaylee. Thank you for sharing. Okay, let me do this side. So when I do my file sorters, I do the front and then I also do both sides. And then actually I do the back too, just, you know. I know you won't always see it if it's sitting on your desk, but I think it's cute. Most of the time I do one layer of glitter, but there are, depending on the type of glitter and depending on like what I'm glittering, sometimes I'll need more than one layer. Especially if it's like a translucent glitter, then I'll go back in for 2 layers. Glitter your car. I am trying to convince my husband to let me glitter our car. That is not even a joke. Not a joke at all. I would love that. We have one car that we don't drive as much. It doesn't run, so I was like, it's not running anyway. It's just sitting there. You should let me glitter it. It like broke down on us. Oh, thanks for the bracelet. 14,000 likes. Oh, that's amazing. It's not white paint, it is Mod Podge, but it looks a little white because I'm using the same brush that I used earlier for white paint. Just because you're not going to see it anyway. And I didn't want to waste a foam brush. So it's not white paint, it's just like, I pour Mod Podge in these little sauce containers. This right here is a file sorter. But once I'm done this, we're going to seal up those office supplies back there with the UV resin. So I just have 2 more sides to do on the file sorter. It's kind of large, so it's hard to get the whole thing in the camera, but I'm trying. So just like a minute or 2 more before we start the UV. Oh my gosh, there's 500 people in here. Thank you so much. This is a plastic file sorter. However, I have glittered metal like office sets before too, if somebody would prefer that, because it's like a little sturdier. Thank you for the follows, everyone. Okay, so I'm trying to get this all coated evenly, and then I'll pour the glitter on it, and then we'll only have 1 more side to do, and then I can start the UV resin. Which I normally set my stuff outside to finish curing, but today's kind of gross, so I'm just gonna have to do it by the UV light. The hard hat. Oh my gosh, you should. Listen, believe it or not, fun fact about me, I actually used to work in a mine, and I had a hot pink hard hat and matching shoelaces on my steel toes. So I am all for glittering the hard hat. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Is it Shane? Yeah, Shayna. Yeah, glitter's my favorite color. I love it. It's so fun. So let me get this on here. Thanks again for joining. Over 500 of you. I appreciate you all. Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, May, me too. Glitter's my favorite color. I'm sorry you guys can't see this whole thing right yet. Let me get this coated and then I'll try to bring it in for a better view. Okay, so this is actually the back. Can we see? And then I did that side and the front, and I have 1 more side, and then I'll get my UV out. Thank you for the follows. So this glitter right here that I'm using in the tubs, and actually I'll show you for the new ones. All of these up here in the tubs, those are mainly from Hobby Lobby, that glitter. The bottles you see on the wall, they are from the glitter guy, the ones like in the back here, but I have a bunch over here from Michael's, and then like some odds and ends. And believe it or not, I don't have enough space. I have some in bins too. Thank you for the follows, everyone. We're at 16,000 likes. That's awesome. All right, this is getting bulky to hold, like awkward, so bear with me. Yeah, just a little bit of glitter. And listen, like I always tell myself, okay, you don't need to buy any more, but I just can't help it. If there's like a new color that comes out that I see or something's a really good sale, I'm like, oh, I don't have that one. All right, so let me get the last side done, and then I can set this aside and we can start the UV, which I think a lot of people were curious about the last time I was on. Okay, so this, I have an Etsy shop, the link's in bio, so it's for fun and business, I guess. The biggest thing I've glittered, not too big. I guess it was like, they were like big buckets, like 20 or 30 gallon buckets. Oh, the scissors that we did? Yeah. Okay, so I'm setting the purple aside. Rose gold glitter. Yes, do it. So these, the last time I was live, we worked on this ombre office set. And I can't seal these today because I actually went in this morning and there were a couple spots because I was talking when I was glittering them and I got sidetracked, that the glue started to dry, so it was a little bare. So I went back over it this morning, not completely, but I like spot checked these and they're drying right now. So I won't be sealing those, but all of this over here, I'm going to seal what I can with the time I have. Because I can't be on like, I think at 9:30-ish I need to get off. Good morning if you're just popping in. 19,000 likes. You guys are awesome. And the follows, thank you so much. Okay, let me dump this tray because it's full of glitter. I don't want to get that mixed in with my UV that we're about to use. But I'll put that in there. That's what we're going to use today. I get my UV resin from Counterculture DIY or the Glitter Guy. I'll show you what their tubs look like. Here we go. So this one's from Counterculture DIY. Yep, I'm on Eastern time. So it's 8:43 here. And then this one's from the Glitter Guy. So I like them both. Yeah, I have a Facebook. All of that is in my my bio, linked in bio to my link tree. I have an FB tutorial group. That's why I have to get off at 9:30 because I'm going to pop over there and we're going to work on some teacher tumblers at 10. But I have a FB group and a page, and then my Etsy shop, and then an Amazon storefront. It's all linked in the bio. Thank you for the follows. Okay, so let me wipe down my glitter table so that I don't get it all mixed in, you know, with all my different colors and whatnot that we're going to do today. 20,000 likes. I swear every time I look it goes higher. It's so exciting. Thank you so much for those that are hitting like. Okay. I just use baby wipes if anyone was wondering. I'm just wiping away my glitter. Okay, and then I'll show you. So let me put this aside. And actually, I'm going to switch gloves because they have glitter stuck to them too. But I'll show you. I have two UV lamps that I like. And actually, I just ordered another one on Amazon that I'm hoping... Oh, my largest glittered item. It was like a 20 or 30 gallon bucket. I haven't done anything much bigger than that. So Counterculture, they actually have little kits where they sell a light and the UV resin together. I really like this light, but it's like short. See how short the legs are? This one I like because it's a little bit larger. I don't know, and it covers like a bigger surface area or whatever. So you can hold it or like adjust this to set it up. So that's what we're going to use today. I need to find the plug for this. This one has a plug that's not attached to it just yet. Okay, so I'm going to plug that in there. The attachments for, what do you mean the attachments for the staplers? I don't know if I know what you mean. Sorry, I'm getting my extension cord. Hey, Ella, good morning. Oh, spin with the epoxy. Okay, so let me tell you, if you are doing the different office supplies and whatnot, I definitely prefer the UV resin because then you don't have to worry about any attachments or anything. Like this cures in like 2 minutes. So I'll show you. I'm just getting my light set up. Sorry it's taken a minute, but yeah, I love the UV resin because you don't have to wait hours. You don't have to spin it or anything like that. So I am not sure if you prefer to spin. I'm not sure where you would get that. Hey Meg, thanks for the rose. Yeah, I don't know where the attachments are. But yeah, the UV, to me, that's like where it's at. So I'm plugging in. Same with pens. Yes, Ella. I definitely use the UV resin on pens. Okay. So I might have to back this up so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Just give me a moment. Or maybe I'll make it higher. There we go. Oh no, your UV still feels sticky. It probably just needs more time under the light. Or like sometimes if I have like a thick layer on, I actually set my items outside in the sun to finish curing. Because then I can set them out there. It's like a huge lamp, you know, the sun. Hits it from all angles and then you don't have to worry about holding it under the light. And that works. Like keep it under there for like 10 minutes or whatever. And that works. And I actually, do you guys see this? These are like little nail gloves, UV nail gloves. So they have the fingertips free. So I like to use that. And then I put a plastic glove over it. So, because this isn't like disposable. Wait, what smokes? Your UV? What kind do you get? I've never seen that before. It is 8:48 where I'm at. Your UV resin smokes. Oh, Amazon? Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure, depending on your brand. I can tell you I haven't had that problem with the stuff that I use. Oh, it was sticky. You had to change the brands. Okay. Okay, these are just plastic disposable gloves that I get on Amazon. You can either like Google it or I have my storefront in the bio. So I'm going to put them on. Sometimes I work without a glove on my right hand, but I think I'm going to put them both on today. Thank you for the heart. Okay, so like I said, I like this because it has the little legs. So I'm going to, and for those who don't know, if you press this once, it comes on for 30 seconds and you press it again, it'll be on for a minute. So most of the stuff I do probably takes like 2 minutes, I would say. And then this one actually doesn't, what's awesome about this one, it doesn't like shut off on you. It has like a little switch on its cord and you just leave it on. I don't want to aim it at myself, but it's on now. I don't use a spinner for my pens. I only use a spinner for my cups. Thanks for the roses. And for like a pencil cup. Like I have a pencil cup, one pencil cup on my spinner right now and then a bunch of cups. Yeah, sometimes, Tino, like for some of my items, if somebody wants something a little bit cheaper and they don't want to pay for the epoxy because that is expensive, like, you know, it's more expensive. You want something more affordable, I'll do a Just Mod Podge on top, the glossy kind. Okay, look at this. Can you guys see how built up with UV that is? This is the same sticky note I've been using like for 2 months. I don't change it out. This is what I use to set my wet brush, my silicone brush on, and like the lid to the UV. It's so funny. Yes. Okay, that's the next thing I was going to show you. So I showed you guys I have my UV, in case you didn't see, I have my UV glove on underneath my plastic glove, and then I was about to grab my glasses. So give me a moment. They just look like this. They're kind of cute with the design around the edge. But yeah, I like to do that just to be extra safe. Doesn't hurt. Okay. So let's see, which one do I want to start with? Now that this is higher, it's kind of weird for me to see what's going on, but let's start with this fun one I did the other day. Oh, I gotta close up my Mod Podge over here. Okay, so I'm gonna peel off the old, this is from the other day. Because my hand's directly under the light, that's why. And I don't want to get the wet UV if it is wet on my hand anyway. Because sometimes I have to hold things directly under this, and I would just rather, since I'm in here for hours, I'd rather just be safe than sorry. I glitter mostly office supplies and tumblers. So I started doing office supplies in like 2015. That's when I opened my Etsy shop. And then in 2020, I started tumblers. Yeah, this is like, it's just silicone. This is what I use to apply the UV resin. Okay, so yesterday I actually started this one, so I'm going to finish it up right now. But I put UV on the sides of this, but the top, I'm pretty sure you can tell. See how shiny the side is? And the top is not shiny at all, so I have to add it up top here. So all I do is I put a pretty generous amount on. If it's like extra fine glitter, like this is pretty fine, small cut glitter, I don't need to put as much on. But if I have the chunkier, I need to do a lot, or even like 2 coats. Okay, we'll start with that and see what we get. And then I take my brush, and like this does run like regular epoxy. Oh, and the brush type, that's fine, Kathy. This is a silicone brush. This does run because it is epoxy, so like before it's cured, you just have to make sure you keep it level because you don't want any drips on there. So that's all I'm doing now is smoothing it out. And my craft room is actually in my garage, so it gets a little cold in here, so I'm going to hit this with the heat gun because when this gets cold, it gets like thicker and it won't lay as even. I guess it won't like level out as easy on its own. Thanks, you're welcome. So this is I just have a regular heat gun. To get the cord out of the way. So I found this helps with like bubbles, but also like I said, when my garage is cold and the resin like thickens up, this helps thin it out so it'll lay even. So yeah, you should always be in a well ventilated area, which is also a reason why I like working in my garage because I have my garage door. But I'm going to turn this on to 60 and set the lamp over it. And actually, I'm going to use the bigger lamp. So when I want to prop up my big lamp, I don't use anything fancy. I just use these 2 little containers here on the corners. And then I put my items right underneath there so I don't have to hold it. Yeah, that's in there. And I just slide that right underneath and I'll turn the light on. So this one doesn't have a timer, so I just leave it be until I get the next item like coated. So I'll do a stapler again. What do you use to apply the glitter? Okay, ooh, I knocked over my thing. That's so funny. This, I use Mod Podge, and it's completely dry right now. So it dried for a day, and now I can apply the... Oh, is it at 27,000 likes? That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that, and I really appreciate the follows. This is, like, amazing to me. I definitely never expect this. So thank you. Thank you for the oh my gosh, thank you so much. So while that one's under the light, and I'm not timing it, I'm just like, I'm gonna work on this side of this stapler, and once I get this all spread out, I'll switch it out. Have I done, I have done some, I never know if it's like mice or mouses for computer, but yes, I have glittered them. I've glittered pretty much any office supply you can think of. If I'm being honest, like I've been glittering them for years and years, so I feel like even if it's not in my shop, I've had like a, you know, a custom for it. So I'm spreading this out. I try to get all the way to the edge too, because sometimes that's hard. Thank you for the follows. I actually don't take my staplers apart. I never have, because when I'm done, I use, I have like a dry paintbrush I use to brush the glitter out. And then, thank you for the heart. And then I also use like those electronic dusters, you know, that like spray air. So it just like shoots it all out before I send it off. Okay, so yeah, I love the counter. Thank you so much for the bracelet. I love the Counterculture DIY UV resin, and I also like the Glitter Guy UV. But honestly, my stuff does take, like, I've noticed it'll take like 2, maybe even 3 minutes for it to cure sometimes. So if you're, you know, it's not done after 60 seconds, I would just try longer. And then if it's sunny outside, I've been known to put it outside. Like I use these gray, not gray, silver trays that you see back here. They're just throwaway like baking sheets. And I'll put the items that are like sticky on them, and I'll set them outside in my driveway. I use Mod Podge for my glitter, but right now I'm using UV resin. Oh, thanks, Ella. I appreciate you. Okay, so I have this one all good to go. Oh, you Googled it. Let me read this real quick. In most cases, plural is mice. Mouses. Okay, that is good to know, because that's come up more than once. Okay, so I'm just switching this out, and so now we have my stapler pretty much done. I just have the ends to do on this one. But I'm going to kind of work this like an assembly line. I'm going to do all the sides and then move on to the next part. How does the UV resin do in direct sunlight? The UV does great. Like, I cure it in direct sunlight, but I'm not sure. I guess some glitter would fade in the sun. If that's what you're talking about, some glitter would. But if you cure it in the sun, at least, like, I don't leave it out there long enough for it to fade the color. Yeah, the mouse you need to take apart. I guess I've tried it once without taking the mouse apart. It's definitely possible, but I feel like easier to take it apart. Oh, okay. So the oldest thing I've done, that was a good question, is back in 2020, and it's, I mean, it was a cup and it's still not yellowed. I think it all depends on the type of epoxy. I feel like Counterculture and the Glitter Guy, they're really good about making sure their stuff doesn't yellow fast. Oh, is it 20% off the UV resin? Ella, okay, I'm definitely hopping on there after we get off here. So y'all, I don't have a code for you, but they're 20% off right now. So if you're wanting to try it, you should. Yes, so I do each side because I can't coat the whole thing at once with the UV because it'll like drip. So I have to cure each side. That's why I do more than one at once. So like while I'm applying it to this one, I have the other one under the light curing. And this has like chunky glitter on it. So I might have to end up doing 2 coats so it's smooth. Yeah, I love doing the stainless steel cups. I don't use UV for that though. I use the artist resin for my stainless steel cups. Okay, so I'm going to switch these out. But now look, that's the one we just did and it's cured. Oh, a clear that prevents fading. Yeah, I guess like if you would do parts of a car or Jeep that are in the sun all the time, Yeah, that would be a bigger problem than like office supplies. For sure. 30,000 likes. I just popped up there. Thank you so much, guys. Did you, oh, in stock is the 4 ounce. Yeah, that's not enough. I was like, I looked the other day and they were out of stock, which is why I'm glad I like both the brands because they do get out of stock. But I think when I checked the other day, a couple days ago, both the Glitter Guy and Counterculture were out of stock. I'm putting UV resin on right now, which I need to add more on that end because that's definitely not enough. This is UV resin. It's going to make it dry like super smooth and glossy and lock all the glitter in. The Artist and the UV. Okay, so the Artist resin I use on the tumblers. You have to mix that resin. It's a 2-part resin and it takes a lot longer to cure. But I'd have to look at the label, but I feel like it's safer for tumblers since you're like drinking from them, you know. UV resin, I don't think you should put your mouth on, but it dries a lot quicker. So that's like the main difference. You don't have to mix the UV resin and it dries a lot quicker. So I did not, some people do use epoxy to apply the glitter. I don't, I use Mod Podge. And then I let it dry overnight before I do this. Oh my God. Well, thank you, Kathleen. Thank you so much. I appreciate hearing that. Yeah, I buy like the biggest, the most I can, like the biggest size they have. Yeah. I go through so much. Yeah, you should try the UV. Not on tumblers. I think you can do like UV for like the first couple layers of your tumbler, but like the final layer, I wouldn't do that. And then that one's good to be under the light, so we'll switch it out. So this is why it's good to have like at least 2 going at once, because then you're not wasting time waiting for it to dry. Because by the time I finish that one, now this side is all, see how shiny? On the tumblers, I like Artist resin, the 2-part epoxy from Counterculture DIY. So this has the chunky, like I was saying, so I'm gonna be very generous with it. Whoop. Right, yeah, Ella, yeah. I don't use UV as an adhesive, though. I like my Mod Podge. And Mod Podge is cheaper, so... But it's all, you know, whatever you're comfortable with. Everybody does things their own way. Yeah, Christy. Yeah, awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've just like always, it's just easier for me, the Mod Podge. It's what I'm used to, and I feel like I'm pretty quick at it now, so that's what I like. This one looks like it's going to need two coats, but I want to cure what we have on it first. Yeah, I feel like with the Mod Podge, I have a little bit more control over where exactly my glitter is going, and that's why I like it. But some people love the epoxy way. Absolutely love it. Thank you for sharing the live, Cassie. I can tell you as far as the UV resin, I like Counterculture and the Glitter Guy equally. I don't have a preference for either one of those. Like, they're both very good. I haven't had issues with either. So you can see we got the sides done on this one. Look how shiny and pretty that looks. Yeah, Ella, exactly. And then the top is dull because I haven't added the Mod Podge, or not the Mod Podge, the UV resin yet. So like, the good thing about the UV resin on these office supplies is once you add it, it like, I don't know if I want to say like wakes up the glitter. It makes it like super shiny again. Thanks for the follows. I don't use, for the Mod Podge, I don't use a silicone brush. I just use a foam brush like this. This is the one I was using earlier. But if you are going to use Mod Podge, make sure you let it dry overnight when you put your glitter on before you do this step with the UV resin. Yeah, so just the foam brush for the Mod Podge is what I use. My lamp, I have it linked in my Amazon storefront in my LinkedIn bio, but it's, yeah, Amazon. If you want to check it out, no pressure. But I have like little lists on my storefront, like my UV stuff that I use, and then like my glitter stuff I use, and the Cricut stuff if anyone's interested in just like seeing what I use. You don't have to buy, but you can at least like see what I work with if you're curious. Have you tried to cure the... Oh, do you mean like put the Mod Podge under the UV lamp? If that's what you're asking, I have not tried that. I don't know if that would make a difference on the drying time for it. I really don't know. I don't think there's any like chemical thing going on with Mod Podge, so I feel like it might not matter, but I don't know if temperature would help it dry faster. I guess that is possible. Thank you again for the follows. Oh my gosh, Gracie, yeah, of course. So there's something, sometimes definitely it works better. Okay, I don't know if you guys saw, but when I was talking, this started to drip. So when I was doing the heat gun, so I'm just taking this and I'm wiping the drips off because I don't want it to cure like with a bump. I put too much heat on it then, so you just have to keep an eye on that. So I'm going to put this under my lamp and switch my glove so I don't get all this like uncured UV on the next thing. Okay. Let me grab another glove. 30,000 likes, thank you. And 200 of you in here, that's exciting. Oh, Melinda, okay. Do you have a, one for Mod Podge? No, you're not, Melinda. How do you make your Mod Podge? Or do you not make it? Thank you for sharing the live. Okay, so I switched my gloves because I got that all over, but we're good now. But this one had enough time. Look how pretty that chunky glitter looks with the UV on there, the epoxy on there. Like compare that. This is without it. It's still shiny and pretty, but look at this. Okay, thanks, Melinda. I still might try that. Okay, so I'm going to get the top going on this. So yeah, I do side by side on my items. And actually, I should do a tape dispenser next so you guys can see that. We've done a bunch of staplers. I'll do a tape dispenser next. So I got to thin this out. And like I said, this is chunky, so I'm probably going to end up going back and doing a second coat of the UV on it if I didn't put enough on. How do I do the... Oh yeah, I'll show you that next too. It's kind of the same way, you just have to be awkward about it with how you're holding. So like how I do the ends, that's a big reason why I have that UV glove on, because my hand goes in front of the light a lot when I do that. So I will do that next. I'll show you on this purple one, but let me put that under to dry. Okay, so we'll do this one. All three sides are done. We still have this end and this end, so I'll start with this end. It's kind of the same way. Thank you for the follows. It's kind of the same way. I just have to hold it level because remember, this drips really easy and we don't want drips. And if it does happen to drip and you cure it, you can always sand it down and then like add another layer on top so you don't see the sand marks. Okay, so I'm doing it the same way. Just put a little bit on and I'm careful around the edges, like I said, because I don't want it to drip on me. And then I'll do this end. So it's like weird when you have like slanted areas, you have to be careful not to put too much on. Okay, so with this, I can't like set it down right. And actually I see a bubble on it. So I have one spot on there that is bare. I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera, but there we go. So this I have my UV glove on just because it weirds me out to hold my hand under this without it. And I hold it here. I only need like 30 seconds. Like it's pretty quick before it's tacky. So only like 30 seconds I'll do this. I'm not really counting, so I'm guesstimating 30 seconds. Oh, the more water you use, the clearer. Okay. I still might try that, I think. And then I set my UV lamp away from me, so it's still on. Like you can see this lighting up over here. And then I set my stapler, nothing fancy. So the end is still tacky, but it's not running now because it was under there long enough where it's not going to run. So I set it sitting on here, so it's like elevated behind the lamp. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Just like that. And then it'll get the end. Gracie, big projects. I don't have like any big items, but I have just like a bunch of small little, you know, groups of items. Yeah, this one, I love this lamp, I'll tell you. And actually, one of the reasons why I like this lamp is it doesn't have a timer. So it just has the switch over here. And I just turn it off or on. Like that's off. And then that's on. And I like that because since I multitask and I'm not just waiting for that, I'll be like UVing something else. It won't shut off on me if I take a little long. I can pretty much do anything, Lindsay, but my Etsy shop is mainly office supplies and tumblers. So I'll go ahead and do the end of this one too while that one's curing. So my link is in the bio if you want to check it out. Okay. Yeah, the ends are a lot quicker than the sides. But I can add things to the office supplies. Like right here, we're just doing like the base coat of UV right now. But once this, you know, all these are coated and everything, I can add vinyl decals. Like some people want their names on them and stuff. All right, so this one's looking good. Let me throw a little heat on that. Just a little bit because I think I might be dripping again. So I'm going to wipe the sides. Whoop. And actually, I got to keep track of the time because I'm going live in my FB group, my tutorial group at 10. So I got to make sure I keep track of that. Yeah, and if you want to join me over there, I'm working on some teacher tumblers. The link's in bio. We would love to have you. It's like a smaller group. Oh, it varies. Micaiah? It varies. So you can check out my link and then you'll see. Hey, Madeline. Thanks for the follows. I just looked down and I have a bunch of follows. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So like I said, that was like, what, 30 seconds? I don't know. But it's not going to run now. And then I'll set it on this. And now we have them just sitting in front of the light. The purple one's probably done now with all the talking I've been doing. Could you put, what's wobbler? I don't know if I've heard of that before. Thank you for the follows. I'm so excited to be at 30,000 likes too, or 33,000 likes. So thanks for the hearts. That is awesome too. I definitely appreciate it. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was, you were telling me it was like a different glue or something. Yeah, I can add any names or, you know, pretty much any decals names, what have you, to these. So that definitely could be added. Like on this purple set back here, I went ahead and put UV on it yesterday because today I have to add their name to it. Okay, so what I did with the ombre ones, I had to go back and spot check them this morning, so they're actually drying. So I won't be able to seal those today. When I was talking at the last live, I some of the spots like dried before I added the glitter. So, but they're over here just chilling. Over here. But yeah, those are gonna get a name on them. The ombre ones are gonna get a name on them too. Okay, so I think the purple one is done. This one I need to put the back end to, and then I'll do a tape dispenser so you guys can see that, because those are like, they're weighted tape dispensers, so they're like bulky, kind of awkward to hold. So I'll show you how I do that after this. Thank you. Yeah, the UV resin really makes it like sparkle again. I feel like it's definitely prettier when it's glossy. That's just a little bit. It's not going to take long for me to hold that one. So that should be good. So I'm going to seal this one. I have to ship out, so I'm going to seal it next. I'll move these back. This is like a beach kind of scheme going on. But I use this. Yeah, I do lanyards. They're not listed. It would be like a custom, you know, if you were to message me through my shop, I can do a custom. Oh my gosh, I am definitely like a pink glitter girl. So like any color with the pink glitters are like definitely what I like. But really like the beach kind of theme too. I like that a lot. So these are heavy. So I use like this inside part where I put like the tape goes just to hold my fingers in there. And I always start with the side of the tape dispenser. Thank you. So I'm being pretty generous on this one because that white glitter there, it's a little chunkier. Hi, Elena. New Mexico. Awesome. Okay, so I think that's probably enough. Order 3 more UV lights and make them face each other in a square so you don't have to rotate. In theory, that's great. Like if they're still sticky, right? But I couldn't do that on the first go because the UV runs on me. So like I'm not quick enough with mine to do it without it running. But I tell you what, like when I got a lot to do, I actually will just cure it for like less time, like a minute or so, and then I'll set them outside if it's nice out, like and sunny, and the sun does a great job. Okay, yeah. I'll check my messages. Okay. So this, I'm trying to get on the edge here. I don't know if you can see, but it was kind of bare on the edges. But I think that one's good. Did you mean Etsy and not eBay? Because I do Etsy. It's linked in my bio. But even if it doesn't, it's fine if you message me on TikTok. Thanks for the follows. Definitely appreciate it. Okay, so I don't have to hold that like that. I'm going to put it under here, prop up my light, and just squeeze that under there. So look, these are the ones we did. Pretty and shiny. I love how they look. Awesome. Okay, let's do another tape. I'll do the matching one. Another tape so you can see. But I start with, oh look, I have my gold glitters. Good thing I saw that. Can you imagine? Okay, so I'm going to do this side, and then once I get this side under the lamp, I'll do the other side to the one that's under there currently, and then I can do the ends. I do the top last. I don't think there's any particular reason why I do that. I just how I do it. When will you be doing one from start? Okay, so I don't have like an exact time. As far as like TikTok goes, this is only my 4th time live, so I've been kind of just getting on here to show just like different things and to chit chat a little bit if anyone had questions. But I have like full-blown tutorial group on Facebook. That's where I do like kind of start to finish, more detailed. They're going to be a lot longer, the lives. Like I'll be popping on my FB group right after I get off here because I have a tutorial scheduled over there. If anyone's interested, I have the link in my bio. But if you wanted to see something on TikTok, just like, you know, drop it in the comments and I'll figure a time out to do that. Or at least make a video. That would have been really funny if I left that glitter there. Kathy, sometimes I do have glitter in my eyebrows. It's probably good I don't have my face on camera. No, today I'm being pretty neat, I feel like. Which is good. Okay. That one I think is pretty even. Let me throw some heat on it. You just go to my link in bio and you just join from there. All my links, I have a link tree, so just scroll down to the FB group and you'll get to see. This is just a UV lamp from Amazon. It's in my storefront. It's like nothing special. I just found it and I like it. Okay, so now I got that one under there. Oh my gosh, yeah, that stethoscope, that would look super neat. A rainbow, oh, that'll be great. So this one's all done on that side. I'm gonna go ahead and work on this side now. All right. So it kind of like, it's a little redundant doing the UV. I feel like I like doing it, but definitely my favorite part is actually using the glitter, like the step before this. This is a little bit more boring. Glitter's more fun. But this step is necessary, so it's shiny. Thank you for the follow. Definitely appreciate that. All right, let me smooth this out and then I think I have to do the other side of the other one and then I can show you an end. All right. I'm also like standing right now and I normally sit and do this, but I'm standing so I can make sure everything's on camera and everything for y'all. So if it looks like I'm holding it a little awkward, it's because it kind of is. Okay, let me put some heat on this. Oh, okay, that's a great question about sealing before you UV. That's preference. I like to seal mine with Mod Podge before I UV, mainly because I don't want glitter everywhere, because a lot of times when I UV, I'm UVing a lot of different colored things at once. So I definitely do that beforehand. And I don't worry. I know some people like worry about the Mod Podge like dulling the glitter, but I don't, because it picks back like right back up once you add the UV. Yay, Kristen, thank you. Thank you for the follows. All right, so I'm swapping that out. I'll show you how I do an end because I have to jump over to FB for my other tutorial group soon. And I want to make sure I show you all the end here. So I'm going to start with the, like, I don't know, the metal part end. Yeah, seal it first. For sure. Listen, that makes it so much easier. So, like, yeah, to prep for the UV step, I went, like, right now, the glitter's not coming off these. Now, I didn't go and, like, spray it down and make sure there's, like, not loose glitter on the bottom and stuff, so that's why you see a little bit, but I do that once it's all done. But, yeah, seal it first. Definitely easier that way. And so I do the ends of the tape dispensers the same way I do the ends to my staplers. I'll hold it under the light for a little bit, like 30 seconds, and then I'll like elevate it so it can be in front of the lamp. And actually, I think I need to add a little bit more. That feels a little dry. There we go. I use Mod Podge to stick it on initially with a foam brush. I just apply it and then I like sprinkle it on top and let it dry for, I say a day, but sometimes it's like less than a day, but overnight I let it dry before I do the UV. So this isn't laying as flat, so I definitely want my heat on that. Yeah, the Glitter Guy has a UV starter kit, if you prefer them, or the Counterculture, they also do like a UV and light combo on their site, but it just, you know, whichever is cheaper, kind of what I do. I use regular epoxy on my tumblers. So I use artist resin or thin viscosity on my tumblers. I don't do UV resin on them. I use the UV for the office supplies and for pens. But I spin my tumblers. I like the UV for the office supplies and the pens because it's so quick and you don't have to spin it. Because like some of these office supplies are really awkward to like try to put on a spinner. No, this light right here is in my storefront, my Amazon storefront. But the Counterculture light, if you give me a second, I'll show you it. Let me put this down. So look real quick, I have that elevated so it can be close to that light. This light works, oh, what's it caught on? Here we go. This is the Counterculture light. So their light, it's cool because you can hold it flat, like if you need to hold it on something, or it has short little legs. These are not quite tall enough to fit a stapler that's sitting upright under, but it is tall enough to do one that's on its side. Yeah, I like this one. That was the first one I used, but then I got this one because I needed another light because I wanted to be able to do, you know, save some time or whatever. And I like the mobility of this guy because it has this like handle back here that you can move, so I can adjust it if I want it like upright or horizontal or anything like that. So like I put it upright, vertical when I'm doing like when I'm doing the end to the tape dispenser or the stapler, that way it can get close. Yeah, you can do a microphone. You have that lamp too? Yeah, I like it. I just bought another lamp that is literally like supposed to be tall, and it like, you know, floodlights a little bit. I don't know. We'll have to see before I say anything good or bad about it. I have high hopes for the lamp I just bought. It should be in next week. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so I think I might actually stop here because I need time to set up for my next tutorial on FB. So, oh, thank you, Raydella. And Kat. But yeah, I need to get off here because at 10 o'clock I'm going on my FB group. So if you want to see me over there, you can just go to my link, the link in my bio, if you're wanting. Yeah, no problem. Feel free to ask any questions. I'm hoping to go live on here, on TikTok, you know, maybe twice a week. I'm going to start small just to kind of chit chat while I do whatever orders I have. That way, if people have questions or want to see, I can answer them. But I appreciate all those that showed up. I appreciate all the hearts. I know it's hard in the mornings. I never expect too many people to get on, but you guys always surprise me, so thank you. And the follows, that's amazing. Plexiglass on a stand, yeah. If you go to my link in the bio, it's my link tree, and then it's like the bottom link is the tutorial group. Once you click on the link tree from my TikTok bio. Thank you so much. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, so if you want to see me over there at 10, you can hop on over. Awesome. So I am going to say goodbye now, and hopefully I see a couple of you over on FB. All right. Bye.